Haven't done this in a while, so I'm going to kick the red ball for luck. Well, that didn't work very well. Yes, we have a special guest on today's show. I will make that full reveal in a little bit. Let's look at some toys first. When I look at the Ultra Hots, I am reminded of the glory days of Hot Wheels. I still like these. They're a bit expensive right now, given the economic stuff placed on us by the current administration, but the future still exists, sort of. So we'll see. I looked at some main lines and kind of some interesting stuff, but again, at the current price, I'm not bringing any of this home. It's just too expensive at this point. And I don't know what to... Oh, yeah, I'm going to leave that right there. In fact, I believe I have one already, but yeah. Moving on, I found some interesting fantasy cars. I do like this one, the Diodora 2. I'm not into Super Tuned or SD or whatever you would like to refer to them as. But it's cute, you know. And the Diodora 2 is from way back when. It's one of the originals. Look at the artwork on this. You know, if I'm going to pick up Hot Wheels products, it's going to be stuff with like really cool artwork on it or whatever. Here you have the Galaxy 500 and the Anglia set. Really neat looking. I think that the tampos and everything on it looks really good. Again, these things are almost $17 to $20 where I live, and I do love this set, though. One of the viewers pointed this one out as something they'd pick up. Me too. Oh my God. Oh. All right, well, I guess you know who the special guest is here. I had my friend Andre out from New Jersey, and I took him around to a bunch of toy shops. We were in this shop for about 25 minutes to a half an hour, and it's up in the Portland area. It's called Rewind Resellers, and they had toys from every generation, and I was super impressed. This stuff is so clean, and the prices were really, really good. Anyway, if you're in the Portland area, check out Rewind because it's a neat little store. The gentleman who was running it was engaging, and Andre ended up dropping a minor bundle for his store, and they made friends, and it was just a whole thing. Checking out some of the highlighted Star Wars stuff. I try to bring this stuff out when I see it for our good friend Chris Sheets, who does a lot of artwork for the program and is just a great family member in general. That's what that Mad Ghostbusters 2 is sort of in the frame for. We love you, Jersey. And I was looking at some of these. I thought that this was a Micronauts piece, but it wasn't. I have the actual pieces coming up. This is Callisto. I had such a crush on this actress. I got to tell you, I watched so much Xena. When I came home from gigs at 4 o'clock in the morning, I would turn on Xena. Some Conehead stuff. This store had everything, and it was super cool. This is the Micronauts, I forget what they call this thing, a Hornet or whatever, but I had the Oberon, I had the Force Commander, I had Baron Karza, I had the Galactic Cruiser, I had, I think I even had that big white battery-powered thing. Me and my friends used to go to Toys R Us And oh, here, shout out Jersey. Look at all of the Ghostbusters stuff that this store had. When I was a kid, we used to go in and price swap at our local bargain town. What do they call it? Toys R Us. So back in the 1970s, price swapping was an easy thing to get away with. There weren't computer scanners and people that cared and stuff like that. So check out some of these cartoon things and forget me talking about my larcenous past. I was a child. I mean, you know, it was like 1979, and me and my hooligan friends ran in and, yeah, we price swapped stuff to get our Micronaut collection. Don't do what I do, kids. Don't try it, because now you can't get away with it. You know, back in the day, you could get away with it, but now you can't. Interesting old Batman here. And now the next few things here, I took Andre out to Radar Toys here in Salem. Radar is one of our local nerd shops, and the prices are a little high, yeah, but they also tend to pick up things and get things in that you can't really find anywhere else very easily. And Andre did end up picking up some figures here that he could not find anywhere else, and that we ended up finding at two other Walmarts further down the day line. Moving on to action figures that just are not selling. This new set with the Alan Scott and Solomon Grundy, probably never going to sell. I can't wait to pick one up someday at a flea market. But interesting Monster Jam, and of course they had tons and tons of different cartooned models, because why not? I have a friend in from out of town, so why not make me look like I'm lying when I say this stuff doesn't exist here. Another neat team set, not really certain what it is. And some He-Man, because He-Man. I heard the movie's pretty good, by the way. I heard it's from a person whose cinematic things I trust. NECA, the Count. I want one. I'm not going to buy one, but there's a whole bunch of buy two, get one free. And happy late Pride. Here we got some Gremlins sets. I wasn't sure if these had been out before or not. I like looking at NECA, but it's kind of like mainline. I'm never going to buy any of this stuff. I have lots of Bandai sets of these Godzilla figures. They're not as articulated. These have like 16 points of articulation on them, but they feel light and they feel cheap. Not sure why, because Bandai Namco usually makes a really good figure. Not going to pick them up, though. And of course, we have some snap together models. This one is neat. I do love One Piece. I don't know if I've talked too much about it. Haven't done this in a while. Somebody kick the red ball for luck. Kick the red ball for luck. Well, that didn't work very well.
They don't have doors. I don't want the steak to come out.
Moving on with a little proof that Todd McFarlane is definitely losing his mind. Some Image Comics properties. This is Savage Dragon, and of course, Nighthawk. I don't collect either of those books. I have some Savage Dragon though, and I never seen this figure before. Really kind of like it. I do love One Piece. It's Andre turned me on to it, by the way. Go figure. And this sexualized statue of Nami, I just don't approve. I'm sorry, I don't. Moving on, we went to a couple stores in Albany. This is an antique mall where I found Rappin' Rodney, an album I could not possibly remember from my teenage years. And then we went to the Target down there, of course, found some interesting Matchbox. The Opal is really kind of cool. But again, these things are like almost $5-6 now, which even for Matchbox doesn't make a lot of sense. Here we've got some M2, a blue Moon Eyes truck, and I did like the checkerboard top on this. I'm not an M2 collector. I do have a few pieces, but I'm not a collector. Millie Alcock, let's talk about this for a second. I am taking a lot of flack because I say that she looks like the Boomerang Kid from Mad Max Road Warrior. Look at that figure and tell me that it doesn't look like the Boomerang Kid. Anyway, there's the Lobo motorcycle, and there's the forgettable villain from the movie, and of course, OG. That's actually a nice Supergirl, but I'm not moved to purchase it. And then Vigilante. Who remembers Vigilante from the Old West days? Here's an Eagle from Space 1999. Honestly, $95 for this model is a pretty good price. It was really nice to have Andre stop out here for once. He did end up bringing a couple of games that I had bought at the store. For those of you who don't know, Andre he owns a store called Cryptid Toys and Games. The first of them was like an Activision game called Star Master. It's sort of a take on Star Raiders, which is a classic sort of space game where you're going from quadrant to quadrant, shooting up the aliens.
Exterminate.
And then the other one that he brought out for me is based on an arcade game called Venture. A little bit like Berserk, but with a sort of a sword and sorcery imagery. Why are you in here? You know, never waste a good shower. That's what my father told me. I know it looks like I smoked my breakfast, but I do try to keep a neat and tidy appearance. Thank you very much for coming out here to Monkey Shine Lab and spending a little time with us. And thank you very much to my very special guest and good friend, Andre from Cryptid Toys and Games at Maple Shade, New Jersey. Hopefully we can do it again soon, and or I will be back out on the East Coast very soon, folks. Got a few things to do, got a eye surgery that's coming up, and a few other things, so I will keep you posted. But while Andre was here, I did pick up what I consider to be one of the better examples of why Matchbox in the year 2026 is kicking the unliving snot out of anything that Hot Wheels can give you. All right? When you're buying this stuff, those dioramas are an absolute ripoff. I have no allegiance. I'm simply here to give you my opinions and to collect your opinions. So please comment down below. Let me know what you think. But I'll be opening this McLaren here real soon and giving you a look-see at a Hot Wheels versus Matchbox comparison, hopefully. So I'm going to get going here. I got other things that are brewing. So please hit the subscribe button below if you haven't, and tell a friend, you know. It's not going to make you grow tits. That's Harvey. All right, folks, I'm going to get going here. Right, Harv? It's getting late. Bye. Hey, Andre. Yep. Are you guarding me, Harv? Good boy.